I recently picked up Dune Spice Wars and decided to give it a try because it looked pretty cool. And even though it's early access, I've enjoyed it a lot, so I thought I'd do a review on it. But anyway, I bought the game at full price, so there's really no bias there. I didn't get a free evaluation copy or anything like that. I'm just not that popular with everybody. They won't give me free stuff. But this game is a real-time strategy game that's possible, and that's one of my favorite types. So I'm going to go in here and take a look at some of the things that make it tick, like the 4 factions, some of the development options, and just run through in the game real quick and some of the highlights that caught my eye. So hope you enjoy this, because I've enjoyed playing the game and making this video. I guess the best place to start is at the beginning, so I'm going to take a quick look at the 4 factions before going on. House Atreides is a noble house of the group. They can use peaceful annexation to get villages, and other factions don't lose any authority when they make deals with you. As for House Harkonnen, they're more of a militaristic style of play. They can use oppression ability on their villages, and I'm not sure what that gives you, but it sounds cool. And they get a 5% resource production increase for every militia they put in their villages. So they sound like kind of nasty guys. The smugglers, on the other hand, do just that. They smuggle stuff. They can put underground headquarters beneath your villages, and they can improve. They have better relations with the black markets, so they probably get good deals in the underground and can make better trades than most other factions, would be my guess. As for the freemen, they're the natives to this planet, and since they're natives, they know how to live off the land, and therefore their military units have a 30% less daily supply drain than any of the other factions. Plus, they can use thumpers to ride those big worms, which gives them a pretty fast transport across the desert. I thought I would take a different approach when it came to developments and show all 4 of the factions together in one screenshot. And as you can see, they're laid out the same, but there are some subtle differences, although most of the options are the same. Like each faction gets diplomatic maneuvers, but there are differences. Like, for example, the House Atreides gets new homeland option. House Harkonnen gets a central command instead of high command. So there are differences that play to the strengths of the faction. One thing I'm always curious about when I start playing a game is the military units. Each faction starts out with 5 basic units, and here in the Atreides they get a trooper, a ranger, a heavy weapon squad, support drone, and a warden. A warden's the most heavy-duty one you can get. He has 18 attack per turn and 7 armor. And surprisingly, the trooper almost matches that when it comes to attack strength, 17 versus 18. But he's got considerably less armor force compared to the Warden's 7. And you've also got the ranged unit, which is the ranger. He's got 15 attack unit, or 16, I'm sorry, and 2 defensive units, so he wouldn't be very good in hand-to-hand combat. As for the House Harkonnen, they've got 5 also. They've got a trooper, a gunner, a vanguard, a stealth probe, and a house guard. And it looks like their top of the line unit's a little more powerful. He's got 19 attack points versus 18 for the House of Atreides, and he's only got 6 defensive armor, or 6 armor versus the 7 for the House of Atreides. And just like the House of Atreides, their troopers almost as powerful with a little less armor. The smugglers also have 5 units. They have the scavenger, the wrecker, sniper, combat drone, and free company. And surprisingly to me, at least, the free company is the most powerful one yet that I've looked at. It's got 20 attack points, but only 4 defense, so he's a little stronger than the House Harkonnen units, but a little less well defended. Scavenger, once again, is pretty close to their top of the line unit. It's got 18 and 3. And finally, take a look at the Freeman military units. And they've got 5 also: the warrior, the skirmisher, infiltrator, Kulan Caravan, and Fedaykin. I'm going to butcher these names as always. Their top line units got 19 attack points and 4 defense, and their warrior 18 and 3. So, looks out of all the units I looked at, surprisingly to me at least, the smugglers have the most powerful units, which I didn't expect. I thought it'd be House Harkonnen. I decided to play a game as House Harkonnen. I played a couple games as Atreides and got myself wiped out each time, as I'm still trying to learn the game. So I'll take a look at the advisors here, and I don't want the hard ones. Something tells me that I don't want to do hard when I'm still learning the game. So I'm going to take this guy. He's easy. He gives me 1 extra militia slot. That'd be great for both village production and for defense. So I'll take that. And this guy gives me 50% of all my military units are refunded upon their death. 50% of the cost, okay. And I get minus 50% combat drugs mission cost, whatever that is. Sounds like drugs are the answer for Harkonnens. Before I start the game, I'd like to take a look at the options that you can set. And if there's one knock I have on this user interface, it's this. This is grayed out, making it look like it's unavailable, but it really is. So clicking this, I can get a look at the map size, and I can set it from medium to large to small. Same with the sandworm activity, storm activity, sketch hostility. Victory conditions is domination that can't be disabled. I can turn hegemony off or on and political off or on. I'm not exactly sure what the requirements are, but at least I know what I can shoot for in the game. As for the AI players, I can turn them off or on, and I can set the AI difficulty anywhere from easy to hard. So it's got some difficulty settings and options that are good to look at before you start the game. I'll start the game. And this is definitely not a strategy video. There's mistakes I'm going to make and things don't make sense. More I just want to highlight the aspects of the game than anything else. So with that, let's get started. At the start of the game, none of these are available. Developments, I've got to capture a village first. For Land Srad Council, they haven't met for the first time yet, can't get in there. And no espionage available because I don't have an agent available. So I'll take a look at this guy. He says to search for spice, which I guess I'll do. So I'll select my ornithopter. If I scroll out, there'll be a spice field somewhere close by already identified for me. I'll just right click there and send him out. I think I'll build a second one of these, and I'll build a couple of military units because I know I'll need them to take the village. The tutorial is that little icon up in the left hand corner. It gives you tips. Not much, but still I didn't have too much trouble learning the game as I went along. One thing I like to look at in these games is the user interface, how clean it is, how effective it is. So I just start here with the left corner. This is effectively the tutorial. It also gives you objectives to accomplish, like commission a masterpiece or help spread culture the Harkonnen way. I haven't met the prerequisites of either one of these yet, so I can't confirm them. This is the result of a Land Srad vote or resolution. Minus 50% building construction costs, and only affects my faction. Up the top shows me who I am and who my advisors are in case I forget, which I probably will. This is how much spice I'm bringing in. This little slider can adjust how much you keep in stockpile and how much goes out to conversion into Chowm, which is a Chowm contract, which converts it into Solari, which is over here, and that's the currency of the game. What you use to buy military units mainly. Plascrete is another item that you use. This is used to build buildings. Manpower, so you can staff military buildings and military units, squads. Fuel cells, they power things like refineries and ornithopters, things like that. The water supply, that will limit you on how many units you can field if you don't have enough, or how many villages you can control. So build a windmill in a high wind area takes care of that. Authority, that's represents your leadership, and it's used to take control of buildings. So if I don't have enough authority, I can't. This is my Land Srad standing. Right now I've got 210, which is medium. I'm not doing so well there. Here is hegemony, and I'm in last place there. It's the reflection of my overall power in Dune. Even though I've got some well-established territory here, I'm still not doing so well in that category. Not sure why. I got to find what I'm missing and focus on it. This is the current date and time. Pause, play, pause. You can also speed it up. Game settings. These are the three major factions I'm playing against. Clicking on one of them brings up a trade screen, so I can do some trading. Pretty good. This is what operations I have underway, and that's a result of the espionage screen. I'll get to that in a second. Here's the development screen, which I showed earlier. This is for the House of Harkonnen. Right now I'm researching support structures, and then I'll be doing ground command. I've learned in past games you need to touch on all these, but I'm putting military first right now because I've gotten wiped out a couple times because I focused on other things, and like the smugglers just came and kicked my butt. This is the Landsraad Council. This I'm not positive exactly how it works. I know you can use influence to give yourself more votes. So 110, that means I'm using 10 influence, and that's lost once you use it. Support or decline. I'm not sure why I've got a decline when I can do a support with 0 votes. So this one, I'll have a little trouble understanding this. I know it's important. Like Speaker of the Council gives you some advantages, and the Dune governorship gives you some advantages. I think that might allow me to win the game. I'm not sure. These are the active resolutions, what's going on in my game. And there again, I need to pay more attention to that, like infrastructure control for the House Harkonnen. That's what gives me my minus 50% building construction costs. So looks like I successfully passed something at least. Espionage screen, that's another one I'm not real familiar with. I know as I get agents up here, I can assign them to different things. And I can also assign missions. Like this one, I can't do. I'm not sure why. I'm lacking something, but the tooltip doesn't tell me what. Oh, there we go. Insufficient spacing guild and infiltration level. So you've got to do some research or some developments before you can do a lot of these. They're beneficial. And then I've got my units, my unit breakdown, and ornithopters, military units, a harvester breakdown, military units. And I can add more by clicking on this plus sign. So, well laid out, efficient user interface. I'm happy with it. Okay, I'll get back into the gameplay a little bit and see what my ornithopter is doing. Okay, he found the spice field. Now he's looking around for whatever else is in that territory. I'm going to set him on auto recon while I'm thinking about it. That way when he's done there, he'll just take off and start looking around.
We live to serve.
There's my military units. I'll move him over here so I can attack together. So they can attack together. Quartmon, okay. So I think I'll just take that now. Of course, my next objective is to search for spies. I confirm that. Now, though I'm in combat, rise to power. 2 for 2 military units. I've got to capture a village before I confirm that. As long as no sandworms come by and eat my units, I think I shouldn't have any trouble taking this. So combat in this game is pretty simple. Just move your units over, right click on the defending units or defending village and attack and watch it unfold. Okay, now I can capture or take control of my village, and my guys will start being resupplied and gaining health. I guess they won't do that until they're starting to be resupplied already. I can tell by the brown bar. I think I'll continue playing the game for a while so we can see what it's all about before I wrap this up and go to the highlights and lowlights. Okay, that opens up my development research. I learned my lesson in the last game not to neglect my military. So I'm going to start with survival training and then composite materials. Let's see, buildings. First thing I need to do is build a refinery so I can start getting my spice and pay those taxes that are coming up. Militia, I do definitely need militia. I'm just going to fill in my militia slots as much as I can. We'll stick 4 in there right off the bat. I've learned also that I should defend these cities as best I can. Found on the spice field. Well, do I dare take that one? Why not?
Listening.
That one's got a rare metal, so I think I'll go for it too. I think I'll go for 3 quick strikes right here. I'm in combat already. I'm getting some support from my base here. That's good. I'm going to go back to the village I just captured with the spice fields and take care of my harvester. We'll put him auto recall and deploy him. This looks like this area's got decent wind strength, so for my next building I'm going to build a, if I can find it, I'm going to build a wind trap to get more water. I'll need that for my future conquests. Okay, so I've eliminated the defenders of this village, so I'm going to start taking control. And right or wrong, I'm editing out a lot of the dead space in this video, just to speed it up. Now I've got control of this village. So for my buildings, I think I'll build a refinery so I can start. You know, I don't have enough to build a refinery yet. I need that. Gotta have it. So I think I'll slow down on my conquest for a minute until I get enough, until I can get a refinery built up, and then build enough to defend this guy. And when I take another look at this village, the reason I can't build a refinery is because it's not a spice field. I looked at it wrong. This one really has rare metals, which will also be pretty useful. Now my espionage is opened up. I'm going to put him on Arrakis. I can add another building slot for 100 plascrete, but I really can't build anything else. I don't have the money. I'm so tempted to grab this other city with the spice, but I better not overextend myself, at least not yet. So one thing, the Explorer that assigning the agent to gives me access to these. It's higher than the sped propaganda. Okay, let's choose this, see what I get. Raid detected. That's not mine. Oh, yeah. Raid detected, so it's a good thing I left my units here. I think they're going to raid me. Yep. And I don't have any militia here to defend myself with, so I have to use my military units. I just got a flashing icon at the top of the screen telling me I need to take a look at my developments. Let's see. I got defense systems. I'll take that. And I'll take that. Then I'll do the influence network, and I think that's all I can keep up. I have successfully defended my village, but I need to build up some militia. Let's see, what's this? Trade request. What do they want from me? They want
treating you?
influence, and I get spice and plascrete. This looks good. I'll take it. From time to time, you'll get factions offering you trades, and that one looked like it was a good deal. So, and just like in everyday life, there's taxes to pay, and this is no exception. You got to pay the taxes with spice. I think I'll try to take my next village. And we're fighting it out. Oops, I'm outnumbered. That might not be a good thing. That might have been a bad move. Although I don't think those ranged units can stand up to my infantry when I get them into the city. That might work out alright. This is going to be close. I don't think I'm going to make it. Looks like I did it. I think I need another military unit before anything else. I definitely want to build one and send them over there to help defend until I get some militia built up in that village. When I scroll out, I kind of like my start in this game. I've got my main building pretty well guarded by surrounding villages and territory. I've noticed there's filters here, so I can turn my villages off and on, and harvester filter off and on, so it's a good way to locate something quickly if you're lost. But this game, what I like about it, I'm going to start wrapping this up. What I like about it, it's pretty immersive. I like the combat. It's got a fairly simple strategy, I think. I just go around and conquer the villages. It grabs me and pulls me in. Something I don't like is the opening screen. The options is grayed out, making it look like it's not available. A minor thing really, but it's still there. I had a little bit of trouble with the console screen and the espionage screen, but to be honest with you, I think that's more of me than the game's fault. I think the game could do a little better job in the tutorial covering that, but on the whole it's okay. I'll probably cover those in more detail in a future video, so stay tuned. As for the game itself, would I buy it again? Have I enjoyed it? Yes, definitely. Will I buy it again? Most definitely. I think it's well worth the money, even in its early access stages. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. It's getting pretty long. And my recommendation is, yes, a definite buy. So this is Rich from Loner Strategy Games. This channel usually focuses on space strategy games mostly, but it will take in other games. I will take a look at other games like this, Dune Spice Wars. I'll probably take a look at other games like I like survival games like Frostpunk. So until next time, thanks a lot for your time. If you made it all the way through this video, thanks again, and like it if you liked it. And this is Rich from Loner Strategy Games. I will see you later. Bye.